Postseason energy has arrived in the playoff spotlight sim in My Team. Head to the challenge menu for a huge opportunity to collect a star player card from every postseason team, including 16 pink diamond player cards available now in round 1.
Play 3 quick games against each.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sideline. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Emmanuel quickly out there with Dick, and it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. And for San Antonio, Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. Vassell in the wing along with Johnson. And it's Paul in at the 1. It's the final game of the regular season, Greg. It's time to look ahead for most teams.
And for some, that's looking towards the playoffs, right? Others, it's looking to the offseason, but don't look too far down the road just yet. We've got a game to play.
And it's San Antonio to start out. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Here's Dick, covered by Vassell. Faster quickly. The shot comes out. Some solid D from Paul. Back to Sohan. Free throw line jump shot. Here's Wembanyama. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Barrett kicks to quickly. The shot from the low post is good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And the basket by Vassell.
Well, Vassell has the range to create a lot of trouble at the arc.
Here's Dick, covered by Vassell. And here we go, Paul heading to the hoop.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. A beautiful reverse layup.
Can't allow Johnson to get that deep. Once he's there, he's going to be able to score.
Barnes up top. Over Sohan. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Vucevic.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Here's Sohan. Covered by Barnes.
Oh, tremendous defense there from Barnes. That 7'2" wingspan coming in handy.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
Back to Paul. Passes it to Sohan. Wembanyama outside. And it's off from three-point range. And Barnes has got the ball here for Toronto. They trail by 3. Want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Well, they shot it well because of how selfless they were. You need that kind of chemistry and cohesion on the road.
Now here's Paul. His last outing, he had 8 points. Wembanyama. Misses from short range.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss. Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Greg Popovich and I did speak a few minutes ago. So we started to talk about R.J. Barrett. Coach complimented him, saying he's got great energy, a great build, and he knows how to score. So I'm telling the guys to stick to him like glue and just keep the pressure on. We'll see if that high-pressure defense can shut Barrett down tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game. Last time they met was in Toronto, where they beat the Raptors.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Now, here's Vassell. 9 points last game. Wembanyama outside. Traps in the train.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop it.
Vucevic dishes to Barnes. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic. Barnes has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Raptors. Now, here's Vassell. Not a lot of room. It's rebounded by Dick. Toronto, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Pass to Barnes. Here's Dick. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Oh, good balance from Dick. Able to take the contact and still score inside.
To the inside. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Yep, it counts.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
San Antonio trailing here. Paul with the ball. Now guarded by Vucevic. Great open look there. Wembanyama has got 6.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller. Clearly a foul.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for San Antonio.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart plays.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Unloads from 13. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Toronto's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Barnes kicks to Barrett. A rebound by the Spurs. Vassell outside. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Barrett, no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And there's the pass to Sohan. And here is Vassell. Kicks it to Johnson. His three-pointers off the mark. Toronto trailing. Vucevic the pass to Barrett. Here's Dick. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Dick's got his second bucket.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
Paul passes to Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Now, here's Quickly. 23 points for him the last game against Dallas.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
And here is Paul. After R.J. Barrett hitting the three. Paul with the ball. Now guarded by Vucevic. The drive by Barnes. Over Wembanyama. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Sohan the pass to Paul. Vassell outside. Pass to Sohan. Outside for Wembanyama. Here's Vassell. And Barnes sends it back. There it finds quickly. And another basket for Toronto. Breaking down some numbers here. The hustle stats for Toronto.
Well, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitant.
Another thing they've done well is push the tempo. They're running the floor and converting on the fast break. And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA, like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. He ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
San Antonio making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Here's Paul. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Barnes against Boucher. Just 5 to shoot. Johnson, the pass to Barnes. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson.
Typical selfless play from Johnson. A very team-oriented player.
Passes it to Abaji. Al Boucher. Outside Robinson. Shoots over Vassell. And again, it's Toronto converting.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Pass to Vassell. Here's Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And a monster game for Wemby. With the matchup issues he creates, I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
So it's the Spurs now after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. And the basket by Vassell.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Here's Robinson, and he drives in. Oh, and he misses the dunk. And Barnes has got the ball here for San Antonio. Trailing by 2.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, that was nice recognition by Robinson.
San Antonio's gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter, Vassell with it, now guarded by Pirtle. Paul looking over the floor.
2 minutes.
Shot clock at 6. Johnson wide open. He fires. Robinson pulls it in. Toronto leading by 4. Raptors moving the ball around. Shoots it up. A rebound by the Spurs.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite
the Spurs making a switch here. He kicks the paint, fires the 3, sinks the 3-pointer. Payne's got 5 now.
And really setting the tone early with their 3-point shooting.
Here's Branham. He's coming off a 10-point game against Phoenix. 1:09 left to play in the first quarter. There's the feed to Pirtle. Robinson on the wing. There's the pass to Payne. 6 to shoot. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. He has 7.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this team.
Jones finds Wembanyama. It's good. And that's 15 points for Victor Wembanyama.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Back to Payne. 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Well, I know we don't want to jinx it, but he's still perfect from the field in this quarter.
Here's Jones. Good. Nice job down low.
Well, even though he's just 6'1", Jones is confident inside. Doesn't fear going up amongst taller players.
Here's Robinson. Count that one. And the Raptors lead by 9.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Puts up a deep 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's the Raptors. They lead by 9. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Walter out there with Cameron Payne. And it's Robinson in at the 3, the small forward. Stan, we talk about this every night. So much great young talent coming into the NBA. Is there one player, though, in particular, who right now stands out to you?
Well, I have to say, Kevin, Victor Wembanyama. I don't know that we have ever seen a guy of that size do the things that he does. Now, you can say, well, what about Nikola Jokic? Well, Nikola Jokic, first of all, is not Victor Wembanyama's size. And then Victor's handle and his length. The guy's incredible. He's going to be the face of the NBA for a long, long time.
Here's Jones. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the stripe a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talents, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report. Shot clock at 5. Barnes. Robinson pulls it in. Raptors leading by 13. Payne with it. Guarded now by Barnes. And while we can, let's see which rookies have led the way in scoring since the All-Star break. And you look at Walter. 3rd in the league. He typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will.
As this season progresses, you can see his confidence growing. Sometimes you forget that he's just a rookie. I mean, he looks very confident and poised with his approach to the game.
And the first one drops.
Well, Robinson just knows who he is, which is a volume three-point shooter who can help space the floor.
D'Anthony Melton, he's checked in for San Antonio. Vucevic, he's checked in for the Raptors. Quickly comes in for Payne. Robinson hits them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist from Jones. Barnes has got his second bucket of the game to go.
A skilled passer. Jones is quick to spot these openings for his team.
Barnes passes to Vucevic. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Walter. Another shot. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Barnes. Rebound by the Raptors. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now tonight to the middle. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Wembanyama. And good work on the boards that pick up the second chance points.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
And Vucevic kicks to quickly. From the arc. Good on the triple. Quickly's got 7 points in the game.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Sohan. No scoring in this one. Pass to Barnes. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Good decision-making from Jones. He's embraced that in his young career.
Robinson finds quickly. Here's Vucevic, defended by Wembanyama. Takes the 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Jones looking for an opening. And here's Barnes for 3. The putback. Whoa, Wembanyama powers in the putback.
You know, you have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on it.
Here's Walter. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question. There are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keep him as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, or when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against a guy that good.
Here's quickly after the basket by San Antonio. Missed it, shooting 50% at 3 for 6. It's stolen by Barrett. Passes it to Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
Great activity there from Barrett. When he ups his intensity on defense, he's a difference maker.
Pass to Barnes. Toronto grabs the miss. Now, here's Vucevic. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Yeah, and his facilitating was also extremely impressive. He was outsmarting the defense and easily connecting with ready shooters.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. And the Raptors making a change here. Dick's checked in. Barnes finds Jones. 6 on the shot clock. From 11 feet away. Rebounded by Vucevic. Raptors leading by 18. Barrett the pass to Dick. And it's quickly in the corner. Fires from deep. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
On the basket by Jones.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Barrett the pass to Dick. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
And Jones with the stuff.
Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
And the dunk by Barnes.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Vassell, he's checked in for Jeremy Sohan. And Castle is subbed in for Trey Jones. The Raptors also with a sub. Abaji's checked in. And quickly drops them both. San Antonio's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Now Melton taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Barrett against Vassell. And Barrett gets it to go. Barrett's got 7 points.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with him.
Barnes against Vucevic. Fires the three. A second chance effort. Here's Melton. Missed it, even after all those chances. Here's Barrett. Banked in off the glass. 9 points in the game so far.
He's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances. Really using his head.
The pass to Melton. Barnes outside. 5 to shoot. From the left block, he sends it through.
Oh, the handles. The rookie Castle flashing his potential.
Here's Vucevic. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Vucevic has got 10 points now just in this quarter. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
You got to give him an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what happens in this league. You can play your A game and still get beat.
Barrett for three. The Raptors rebound. The three. The dive for the ball. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And while we have a moment, let's find out which point guards have had the best month from the charity strike. Emmanuel Quickly, number one.
He's been a model of consistency at the free throw line all season. He's as dependable up there as he is on the floor at any given moment.
Vassell, the bounce pass. Here's Castle. The shot misses. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
And it's Quickly missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Melton kicks to Barnes. Pass to Vassell. Here's Castle. Here's Barnes. Second chance shot. Tries it again. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Relentless effort creates the second chance opportunity.
Toronto calls timeout.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just one or two major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Pirtle is checked in for Vucevic. Chris Boucher comes in for Barrett. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Quickly. Now here's Payne. 11 points in the game. And it's in there.
And he continues to shoot a perfect percentage. Clearly a big reason why they're up right now.
Here's Branham. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Here's Castle. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Well, passing may not be a highlight of Branham's game, but he's not a selfish guy who will just force his own shot.
Here's Payne. Branham pulls it in. Spurs trail by 20. Tries again, and that one's good. Wembanyama.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And he makes that one. Boucher's got his first bucket in this one.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
There's the drive. Here's Abaji. Kicks it to Payne. Lets it go from deep. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%. San Antonio's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Here's Castle. Shoots over Dick. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
Size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
And so he hits both.
And what I like about Castle's game is the versatility, right? He's a legitimate two-way threat who's willing to take on whatever role helps the team.
And they're pushing it up. Here's Vassell. That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
And a great first quarter for him, but he seems to be slowing down here in the second.
Got it. Good job in the low post. Abaji's got 6 points.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Here's Castle. Defended by Pirtle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Second personal foul.
And what makes Castle so difficult to guard is that he keeps defenders off balance with this constant change in pace.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
From 20 feet out. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
It's good.
Oh, what a move. Came out of the spin cycle there, stopped and popped. Impressive.
A dominating first half of basketball. And so far, it hasn't been close. Raptors lead by 19. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Pop. Facing a deficit in the second half, what do you tell your guys?
I think we just moved the ball a little bit. We were just on the dribble a little bit too much, and there got a lot of pressure out there, so the ball's got to move.
Pop, thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
It's Toronto with the advantage at the half. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Kenny, what was your impression?
I like what they're doing offensively. Looking at their field goal percentage, they're moving the ball, getting great looks, and, of course, they're knocking down shots. I mean, that's the point of the game, isn't it?
Shaq,
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Definitely they need to get out on the three-point shooters and contest. Oh, this is what happens when another team identifies your weakness. It just keeps hammering on it.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Well, he's already put in a full day's work. They might want to lighten the load on him in the second half.
Zohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. Call out there with Devin Vassell. And it's Castle in at the small forward. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. And stolen by Wembanyama. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
R.J. Barrett.
It's on R.J. Barrett. The Spurs have looked good at the line, and they're perfect in 4 attempts.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game, and so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps, terrific story. Johnson, he's checked in for Castle.
And ideally, Barnes would like to be a little closer, but he makes the best of that mid-range on that one.
Passes to Wembanyama. Zohan with the ball. Tipped away and stolen by Barnes. He kicks to Barrett. Over Johnson. Barrett, no good. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. Paul for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. Paul's got 7 points.
Such a gifted one-on-one player. Paul has the confidence to pull up right in your face.
Quickly. For 3, Barrett. Misses the target. That drops him to 40% now. 4 of 10. Spurs trail by 16. Zohan, the pass to Paul, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 9 points for Chris Paul.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum. Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively they've still found a way to get the lead.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And that's what you have to do. Protect the house. Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Barrett against Johnson. Now here's Paul. Defense is right there. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th assist in this one. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama.
Toronto ball.
And a quick look at some of the numbers for Scotty Barnes. From 12 feet out. Goes back up. And the layup is up and in. He's got 16.
Yeah, an impressive offensive rebounder. Vucevic isn't afraid of throwing his weight around.
Ball against quickly. Wembanyama, no good. Toronto leading by 17. Back to Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And a big dunk there from a springy Barnes. He gets up fast there for the hammer.
Ball against quickly. Floats it up for Wembanyama. It's stolen by Vucevic. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the last few years we saw teams giving up bounties worth of draft picks and trades for star players. But with teams now possessing more roster spots to develop prospects and about 3/4 of the tradable picks hoarded by just a third of the NBA's teams, we may not see so many picks given up moving forward. Kevin?
You're exactly right, David. Something certainly to keep an eye on. Offensive rebound. Outside for Wembanyama. From outside, off the mark. In Toronto, they've gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Vucevic to the pass to quickly. Here's Dick. And a miss there on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Paul. He's got 11. Pass to Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And it's clear the defense has no answer for Wembanyama. And until they do, keep getting him the ball.
Here's Barrett. 14 points for him. Barnes finds Barrett. Three-pointer. And there's Dick. That's good on the assist from Barrett. 12 points for Grady Dick. Spurs have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Vassell, right side. Shoots over Dick. Zohan, the pass to Wembanyama. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Wembanyama's got 27.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
Back to quickly. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
And with a moment, let's check out the stats for Vucevic. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. 5th in field goal percentage, and he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league in three-point shooting.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. That one falls. Vucevic has got 18 points in the game.
And the instincts on the glass. Love how Vucevic tracks these misses down and then able to convert.
Zohan inside, covered by Barnes, scooped up. And it's Zohan missing. And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Melton with the steal. Here's Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
And Barrett gets it to go.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. He thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Quickly kicks to Barnes. No good on the triple.
Well, after draining 3 triples in the first half, he doesn't have any in the second half. I know he's disappointed, but he needs to remain aggressive.
Such an interesting player, isn't he, Coach Jeremy Sohan? He played a lot of point guard during his second season.
Yeah, Kevin, the Spurs experimented with Sohan at the 1. It was a bit unconventional. They went away from it later in the year. But that experience as a point guard will continue to help his playmaking ability as his career progresses.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for San Antonio. Then for the Raptors, Pirtle, he's checked in for Vucevic. Robinson comes in for Barrett. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Quickly. Melton feeling it out a bit. Sweet little floater. Melton's got his second basket.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
Payne finds Barnes. He's looking for Pirtle and finds him. It's good.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Jones trying to get open.
Well, Sohan is one of those guys that always looks for the next pass.
Robinson on the wing. To the wing right side. Here's Barnes. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Sohan and the dunk by Sohan.
Wow. Sohan just erupts off the floor for the dunk. A reminder of how athletic he is.
Now here's Barnes. 19 points in the game. Back to Payne. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. The pass to Robinson. From deep. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Barnes has got 5 assists in the game. Outside, Jones. And Pirtle sends it back. Barnes against Robinson. Barnes outside for the 3. They get it again. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got 4 points now in the quarter. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Raptors.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
A challenging stretch for San Antonio here. Barnes down low. Robinson on him. Toronto shooting 54% since they had a chance to talk things over at halftime. They're looking locked in out there now.
2 minutes.
Rebound by Sohan. Spurs shooting 44% on their field goal attempts in quarter 3. Here's Jones. San Antonio again missing. Jones has gotten just 4 of his 10 shots to fall here, shooting 40%. Unloads from 13. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor. And the Raptors call time here.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Toronto leading by 23. Payne passes to Robinson. Chalk up 2 there. And that's 11 points for Robinson.
Proving he's more than just a perimeter threat. Nice job by Robinson inside there.
Here's Branham, guarded by Robinson. Branham can't get it to go. Toronto shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Here's Abaji. And the dunk by Pirtle.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Poked away. Stolen by Robinson. Payne up top. Defended by Wembanyama. Robinson for 3. Here's Pirtle. Lays it up and banks it in. Pirtle's got 8 here in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And the basket by Jones.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
It's Payne with the ball. He'll bring it up for Toronto. Robinson for 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. Robinson's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for Toronto. Knocked away. Here's Wembanyama.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Toronto ahead, running away with it. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Nobody holds the ball, not even 1,001. You catch it, it's a shot, it's a drive or pass, whatever you got.
Specific instructions from Greg Popovich. If you don't have a clean look, you don't have an open lane, move the ball.
Yeah, and the key is fast decision-making, and that takes great recognition from all five guys in terms of communication. That's really what we call chemistry.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So for Toronto right now, we've got Duncan Robinson, and it's Fernando in at the center.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Here's Mamu Kelishvili. A rebound by Shed. Raptors shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Buries it down low. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Branham. Here's Castle. Stolen by Robinson. Inside, Fernando. Rebounded by Castle.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive defense you always want to see on the interior.
Here's Mamu Kelishvili, and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Toronto has possession. The shot's good.
I love that basket from Castle. Heady play from the rookie.
For Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And stolen by Barnes. In transition, here come the Spurs. And the basket by Castle. Here's Shed. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. And again, Toronto no luck. Here's Castle. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet. And Toronto has possession. Robinson for 3. And it's Mamu Kelishvili with the rebound. The Spurs have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Pass to Castle. An easy 2 points on the way. Castle's got 9 points here in the second half.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And the Raptors call time here. So Stan, I've been wondering about these different approaches. The development system for youth basketball is vastly different in the U.S. than in Europe. Which do you think is best?
Well, I think in terms of developing skills, Kevin, we've seen it. The European players of all sizes have very well-rounded games skill-wise. They do a lot of work on a daily basis developing those skills, whereas in the U.S., our young guys play a lot of games in the AAU system. Skill development not as strong, but they do learn to compete on an everyday basis.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And here's Barnes for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Barnes has got 22 points.
and they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Branham, good.
And it's getting late, guys, but all of a sudden they have hope. When just a little while ago, it looked like hope was lost.
Quickly kicks to Vucevic. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Yeah, Vucevic is having no problem finding chances to score. The defense has to rethink how they're defending.
Hall's shot is off.
Yeah, tough to make those jumpers when you are guarded that closely.
And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by Barnes. Barnes has got 6 assists in the game. Paul passes to Sohan. Here's Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Johnson took it right to the hole.
Toronto, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Good on the shot. He's got 24.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
For San Antonio, they've gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Vassell with it. And a few years back, the NBA coach decided to change how they do take fouls. It appears it's had the impact they wanted, don't you think?
I certainly do, Kevin. I thought it was a great rule change. There's almost nothing more exciting in NBA basketball than the fast break. And take fouls were limiting that. Now that we've gotten rid of those, we're really getting to see the athleticism of NBA players.
Yeah, because we want to see the finish, don't we? We want to see what happens when they do get off on that kind of break.
That's where the excitement happens.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. You look at Scotty Barnes. What a contribution.
Well, the defense has not been able to slow him down inside. And until they offer some sort of resistance, just keep feeding him the ball.
And the Spurs making a change here. Elton's checked in. Walter, he's checked in for Toronto. And the call will be against Emmanuel quickly. That is his first foul of the game. Vassell outside. It's good from long range.
Okay, Devin Vassell. We see you've been working on your range.
Barnes kicks to Vucevic. Over Johnson. And it's Vucevic missing. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Melton. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 16th rebound on the night. Quickly the pass to Vucevic. Lets it go with a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Vucevic has got 13 points in the second half. Pass to Sohan. Nobody near Melton. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
Hey, Coach Van Gundy, what advice would you give to the teams that are rebuilding around their young players?
Well, generally, Kevin, what I would say is get some veteran leadership, some veteran presence on your team also, so that you have guys that can show the young guys what professionalism is and help them in their adjustment to the NBA.
Yeah, getting the right kind of veteran, right? With the right kind of message.
That's a great point. Just having an older guy is not the answer. That's about as automatic a shot as you can get. Nice jam from Wembanyama.
Here's Vucevic, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
Vucevic. One shot.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the result.
And the Spurs with possession after the miss from Vucevic, and the dunk by Sohan.
What a slash right there by Sohan. A big man with fantastic mobility.
Vucevic with the bucket. Here's Branham. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
Just 2 to shoot. That 3 off the mark. And Vucevic has got the ball here for Toronto. For 3, Barrett. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
3.
Barnes has got his 8th assist in the game. Here's Melton, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Vucevic. San Antonio with the rebound. And here is Vassell. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Barnes has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if they can convert the free throw.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Barnes is checked in for the Spurs. Castle comes in for Devin Vassell. San Antonio's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Offline from the top of the key. Toronto's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. Robinson for 3. A rebound by the Spurs. Barnes has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. To the paint. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Payne finds Robinson. Over Castle. Robinson misses.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Wembanyama, no good.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Robinson for 3. Good for his 6th make and a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it. Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Payne passes to Boucher. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still be able to finish.
And the NBA coach has made sure franchises can't sell their future via draft picks in a trade. What do you think of that?
I think it was probably a good idea because, you know, all of us, coaches maybe even more than GMs, but organizations get to a point that you want to win so badly in the present that you're willing to just sacrifice the future, and that can lead to some very bad teams down the road, and the NBA doesn't want that.
Yeah, and we've seen that. You're right. A lot of examples. Brenham, and it's good. 2 points.
When he gets the ball inside, Branham knows not to waste a good scoring opportunity.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Raptors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And words can hardly describe the way these guys have come out game after game after game and been dominant facing both conferences. When they hit the 72-win mark, we thought it couldn't continue. And when they rewrite the record books once more, we'll say, wow, we were glad we watched it all. What a team.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep, and that has to be a relief.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Vucevic.
Well, you know, his work on the glass was a key factor, helping to turn the tide as far as the possession game, and so often that's the difference.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Abaji. No good that time. Good D by Barnes. Here's Castle. Pass to Melton. The pass to Barnes. Just 5 on the clock. Toronto grabs the miss. Boucher passes to Abaji. And they pick up 2.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
And so Toronto takes this, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Nick, great win tonight. Good performance by you. How surprising is it that you contributed to the game in so many ways?
I mean, I wouldn't say it surprised me. I always knew I could play at this level, but I just play hard. Just play hard and get things happen. I don't try to force anything. I just let the game come to me, and I play hard. Rebounds. Like I said, it's a lot about effort. That's what I can do every night. And points are gonna come some nights. Sometimes they won't. But just take what I get and just keep playing.
Well, you did it all over the floor tonight, Nick. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Much appreciated, David. That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.